Hello, everyone. This is your friend Divyesh Dave, and welcome to the day number 17. So, we have already crossed like 16 days, and today we are on the 17th day. So, we are heading towards some advanced things, right? So, I hope you are learning something new, and please uh, keep practicing because if you don't practice, you will forget. That's what happened with me. So, that's why I'm just warning you in advance. So, please practice all these things that we are sharing and we are learning together. And so far we have learned about almost everything that we need as an accountant in our day to day life, but from today we are moving to the analytics part, how we actually do the real analytics. Okay, so for analysis, the very important, the most important function which we have is uh, pivot table. Pivot table, I hope you have heard about this, but how to use it, we will learn today about pivot table. Now, what is pivot table? It's basically a data analytics tool. We have learned about the how to create tables, but tables have a detailed data of, let's say, of any kind of any type of information, or maybe different scenarios data we have, but sometimes we need the summarized version to just analyze the trends, analyze the flow, analyze the basic information about what's happening in the business, or um, what's happening in our database or customers list or sale purchase, some kind of information we want in summarized version. So there comes the pivot table. It is directly connected to our main table. So basically, it summarize the whole data of our main table into our required format. So it gives us a power to reduce all the unwanted things and bring the summarized version what we want, like, let's say, useful information, useful headers, useful columns, and then it will show you the real data that you want to see out of all the database, all the data set, all the tables. Okay, so that's where we're going to learn about this. So it is data analytics tool, and it summarizes the huge data. So table versus pivot table, they both are different. Table is basically the full database that we have of any kind of information like sales, purchase, debtors, or creditors, or maybe customer database, or any kind of data that is called table. But pivot table is the summarized version of that data, which helps us to analyze the data so that we can understand what's going on in the business, and then we can take the decision on that data set. Okay, I hope it's clear. So let's quickly move to the pivot table, how to create the pivot, and how to create some kind of analytics and some kind of information in summarized way. Okay, so today we are going to learn about basics of pivot table. The shortcut of pivot table is alt nvt and enter. That's it. It automatically, if you are in any cell of any table, it will automatically detect the table range. But if it is not, you need to, let's say, if you are using the simple format table, not the proper table, or any organized data, you have to give the path or maybe selection of that particular range. But if you are in table, it will automatically detect that particular data set. So let's start with the choosing the data field, how to create. Then when we create, what are the things we need to check? What are the options we have? How to sort and how to filter. This is the basic things we are going to learn today, and this is the most important part of any Excel working. Okay, so Excel is not just like data filling and creating some invoices. It's more than that. That's why it is always the number one choice of all the analysts, all the accountants, all the finance professionals. So that's why it is important to learn Excel in the right way. Now, the most important thing today we are going to learn, which is pivot table. Let's say we have this data set. Okay, product ID, order, date, then company, salesman, items, country, who I mean, which sale has 60 days recovery, units, price per price per item, sale amount, and then these are additional features which we will discuss later in this video. So to create the pivot table, what we need to do is either you go insert and pivot table, or you can simply use the shortcut Alt NVT. So it will automatically detect. If you are in table, it will automatically detect from where you want to take this data. Now there are two options it gives you, whether you want to create in new worksheet or you want to create an existing worksheet. When you create existing, you just need to give the path where exactly you want to create this. But right now we are going to create it in a new worksheet so that we can properly see this data set. Now let me just make it normal. So this is the basic standard format of pivot table which opens when we create the pivot. Now here, this is the dashboard we are going to create. So all the data that we have in our table, this table, it will move here as we required. So let me just change this name, pivot. I hope you know all the shortcuts of renaming the sheet. Alt HOR, Alt HOR. Okay. So keep using all these shortcuts because those are the things that I'm using from let's say last 1 or 2 years, and it just made me so productive to create all these workings very fast. Now this is our dashboard. Now we just need to drag and drop, not even drag, just need to select and automatically drags all the information. But we need to know that what are the headers we have. So these are the information we have. Now the very important thing, uh, what exactly we want. We must be very clear on this. Otherwise we will just create a lengthy pivot table and it will not solve our problem, or maybe it will not give us the proper or summarized version of data. So let's say we just want to know in which country we have sold how much. That's it. Make it simple. Okay. So for this, we just need this area. So this area called the field. This is the headers of our all the table of our table. See, if you select any option here, let's say country, so it will bring all the headers that we can see in that particular table. Now this is our first criteria. Then second thing we need to select in front of that is our sales amount. We can also select units. Let's select unit, and then we want to add all the automatically it adds in different four types of fields. Number one is a filter, which is the main filter. I'll show it later. Second is the column. What exactly you want in columns? So let's say we have added sigma, so it will add the value. Then comes the country. So country is our rows. So it will start our rows from country names. Then the field that the values we want to analyze, which is our sales amount and our unit amount. That's it. So let's make it very simple. So this is how we need to create. Now filter, it is something that you want additionally than all these basic data set. Let's say you want to also know about let's say product, which product you want to know. So you select items, automatically it will go into row, but you just drag it and drop it to filter. Now can you see this? It comes in the header. So now this is the main data set. You just need to select like drag and drop type of data set. You select sell items, then it will give you only details of sales. How amazing it is, right? This is the power of pivot table. And then right now we will keep it all. So because I want to analyze the whole data of all the countries. So this is how you need to select four major area. Number one filters. This is the main part. Sometimes we need to check, let's say month wise. So let's say for example if we have date, I don't think we have date here. Oh, we have dates. So let's say this is our date. So we just select here and then it will show you which month date we want. Okay, now it gives us option. Okay, you want to check by month or anything else. So right now it's giving us month order date. So you just go here, remove from here. You can see there are a few options that you move up and move down. So it will change our orientation in this row sequence. Right now I'm just removing here because I already added that into remove field, and then again remove field. Okay, so these are our main thing. Let's say for example I want to check computer only, and then February only. So there are only two things that we have sold in China and Singapore. But right now, let's keep it simple. We want to analyze the data country wise. Okay. So there are two types of editing we can do. Number one is the design of this thing. So when you click on any cell, it will automatically open these options and design. So first we check design, just like the normal table. We have design things of this pivot table also, like colors, and you can change. Always try to keep it simple. Let's say for example this kind of data, or uh, maybe let's say this kind of, if you want to make it as a very simple um, simple table style pivot, you can keep it like this. It looks very neat and clean, and you can analyze it very clearly, right? Now let's say we have sales amount before the units, so we can change it. We can just simply go to uh, click it and then drag and drop to above the sales amount, so it will automatically change our positions. Do you want to change? You can change the name. Okay, so first we need to learn about design, how to design it. Let's say, do you want to add subtotals? Then it will add subtotals. If you want to add grand total of on rows, sometimes it gives us a total on columns as well, so you can remove that as well, or you can insert or remove. You can play around this. Okay, so you just check these options when you try by your own. I'm just giving you an overview. And report layout, you can say outline form, and then maybe compact form, then tabular form. So you can change, repeat all items, blank rows, insert, uh, remove blank line after each item. So if there are any blank items, it will remove this. Then grand total, if you want to add on rows only, let's say, let me just add on columns only, or so this is how you can change it. Okay, so this is the first thing you need to know, how to change the design of this so it looks neat and clean. Okay, then you can remove headers, or you can remove column headers. You can banded rows if you want banded rows, something like this. If you want banded columns, so you can add banded columns. So these are the basic design features that you can use. Second thing, every time you need to change the orientation of each and every column, you can either right click on this and then it will open the whole set of options, or you can simply go here in this option. Here also you can say field setting, and then you can change it from here. Now basically we have 2 to 3 types of data. Either it is a date, or name, or let's say amount. So name, what can we do with name? Ascending and descending. So let's click here, sort A to Z, and then it is already sorted. Next thing, Z to A. So it will have sorted Z to A. Okay, so this is the basic sorting you can do. Now, if you want to check any specific country, you can use filter also. It's a filter, keep only selected item, or maybe top 10, because we are using uh, let's say filter here. That's why it's asking us. But if we just go here, we can just simply click here, then let's say filter. There are only not even how many are there. There are 10, so it's not going to give us top 10 because the total 10 are there. But in case if there are more than 10, it can give us these options like top 10, labor filter, value filter, let's say sum equals to, or maybe greater than, let's say 50,000. So it will give us the it will give us this data. Right now there is no data here, so we have to put it here. Let's say sort, and then pivot table option. So this is our numbers. So first and foremost thing we need to do is we need to change the header. We just go here and then value field setting and then units. So it's already showing the source name unit. So you need to just slightly change it, like total units. So this is how you can change. Okay, so headers you can change. Then the how you want to add this total. So let's say you want to add a pivot table option, and then value field setting, and then in this column you want sum, then it will bring the sum. If you want to count, it will bring the count. Let's say if you want to bring value field, so value field setting and pivot table option, these are the two major options you will find to edit and to format this data. What kind of data set you want to analyze. So value field setting is like giving you option what kind of total or uh, uh, like header you want. If you want average, it will give you average. If you want, let's say, if you want value field setting, let's say you want maximum or minimum. So there are so many options are there. You can just check these options. So this you can check what exactly you want. Right now, I'll just keep it as sum, value field setting and sum. So we want some of these things. Now here you can directly change your header name from here. Let's say total underscore unit, total underscore sale, something like that. Okay. So and now here we want to change our format, number format. So for that you need to just select this, or maybe you can put it here. So automatically it will apply to all the things. So number format, let's say number. Okay, and we want 1,000 separators, but we don't want any decimal, because when you are analyzing the data in like thousands and hundred thousands and millions, so we don't need decimals. So just remove those decimals and okay. So you can see that it is already started giving you all the thousands in comma, but it is not giving you the decimals. So now it is okay to analyze and understand. Okay, in USA we have sold 296 units and then total sales. So this is the power of pivot table. I hope you understood this, and this is how you can create a multiple. Every time you want to add any specific data set, just go here and select the header from your table. Let's say you want this 60 days recovery thing, and then you just need to adjust it according your requirement. You want value, something like that. Under value you have two types of yes no, yes no. Okay, so in value also it will show you no yes. In total sale also it will show you no yes. So let me just remove it right now, because we just want to keep it simple. So when you are analyzing, try to keep it simple. Otherwise there is no reason to use pivot. You can just directly go to the table, right? So right now we are analyzing only four things. Let's say item, what exactly I want to check. Let's say computer, and then in USA we sold this one, and this one. In Singapore, we sold 51 units and 21,300. So that we can, understand, okay, exactly what we are doing. The other thing you can do is you can just simply go here and then summarize value by count, show value. This is very important. See, if you want to check, okay, percentage of grand total, how much you have sold in which country. So you can just simply go here. So 16% we have sold in USA, 27 in UAE. So according to that, we can create our sales plan or export plan, something like that. So this is main thing that we need to learn about. So remove total sale. Let's say just remove this column, or you can just simply go here and you can untick here. So if you untick, it will automatically remove. But there are so many options you can do. But keep three things in mind. We already checked about how to design. Second thing, we need to check two types of settings. One is value field setting, which helps us to uh, set the number format and what exactly we want. Okay. Summarize value by sum, count, average, what exactly we want. And second thing is pivot table option. Now let me just quickly show you the pivot table options. So basically, it is all about the layout that we want to create. If you want to merge cell and center with label, you can just simply click here, and when in compact from index low level, you can clear this, and it will merge all the uh, data set in the center. Then again, we go to pivot table option, and then we will keep it normal. For error value, if there is an error, what message you want to show? Let's say uh, not applicable, so NA. You can show this. For empty cells, if there are any empty cells, cells are coming, what message you want to show? Let's say make it 0. Okay. So right now there is no empty, that's why it's showing. And then so autofit, automatically it will autofit on update when you update it. And then preserve cell formatting, so it will not change the cell formatting, it will keep it as it is. Now table and filters, like show grand total. If you want to show grand total, then if there are grand total, it will show you that. Then if you don't want to show them, just remove them, so it will give you just the simple data set. So these are the major options that you can check. Okay. So use custom list when sorting, so it will give you the list, then show and expand some collapse buttons, sort A to Z, so display field and filter laydowns. So just remove it, so it will not show you the display and all, the filter and all. And then display printing, if you want to repeat the printing of when you are printing, if you want to repeat the headers, set the print titles, all these settings you can do, which you already learned about in page setup. uh, Save the source data file, so it will always bring the data from that particular save data set. And all text, I think this is not necessary right now, but make sure you have the basic understanding of how you can bring the total, remove the total, and if there is any empty column are coming, what you are going to give, and these kind of basic things. Now these settings you can find here as well. Let's say you want to remove uh, the blanks. So right now there is no blank, but let's say if you have blank, so just unselect blank. Let's say unselect blank and okay. That's it. Again, go to here, then select it. So if you want to remove it, if you want to add specific things, you can do that as well. Let's say you want to just bring a value filter. Let's say mm, between let's say total unit should be between 150 to 300. So this is the basic thing. Say in sales amount, not in sales amount. We need to keep it here. Value filter between 300, sorry, 200 to 300. Check it. Summarize value, show value, and sorting. More sort option. Pivot table option. Show details. Oh, sorry. What it is showing? I think there is some technical issue which I'm not able to find out. Value filter, label filter. Let's say between 150 to 300. I think I have to select all, then might work. Units, value filter, top 1%. Okay. Oops, it just closed that thing. Let me just open this file again. So I think I've done something which is beyond this limit, something like that. So, anyways, guys, I hope you understood the main crux of this working, right? So Alt NVT, and then we create the new table, and then we can do different kind of things. Normal, let's say country, we need units, sale amount, and then we can just simply go to design. This is the first thing you need to do, design. Then you select change the currency type, which is here, number format, number 00, use thousands, okay. So these are basic data ready, basic data ready, okay. And then if you want to add, let's say, order date, but I want to move it here, date as well, and order date. So there are three types of data it is going to give us: month, in month date, and order date. Exact date, yeah, and date of the order, something like that. So I don't need this one right now. Order date, just remove this field, and that's it. And the second thing is the item, the product. So that also I want to put in the filter. So these are the three filter you need to choose, and then you need to change if you want to change the type of value here, like sum or maybe numbers. So you can choose that as well. So I hope you understood this. Basically, this was the main thing that you need to know to create a pivot. So basically, you can actually summarize the whole data set in your required data, and then you can present it to management. This is what we have done uh, in, let's say, last month or last 3 months or in last year, something like that. So for that, you just need to have a proper database with a proper header. Then you must have data filled as per your information that you have in your documents or everything. So this is the base thing you need to know, you need to learn. So once you have databases ready, convert them into table, and then create a pivot, and then try to analyze what's going on here. Let's say what are the percentage of this, just like we have checked right now. And then you can bring more data set. Let's say if you want to check the salesman, then in which country which salesman have sales were sold more than that, more than other person. So this is how you can, or maybe you can just drag and drop. Let's say Austin Wu have sold in these countries. Then you can change the view of pivot table. Let's say you don't want the subtotal, just remove this subtotal. Do not show subtotal. Then grand total off on rows. Then mm, on for columns only. So this is a basic thing you need to learn. So I would like you uh, to encourage. Please create some kind of pivot. So I hope if you are already creating these pivot in your work, that's thumbs up for me. So please do it. So the more you analyze these kind of data set, you will understand what's going on, and how you can how you can give some suggestions to the management that what's going on, and how you can improve something, how you can increase the sales, or all these things. So this was the basic of pivot table. We will learn more things, like let's 2 to 3 days. Today we are on the day 17th. So 18, 19, 20, we will learn more about this, like creating graphs and all. So today was the just basic introduction of pivot table. I hope you understood this. Please try to create a pivot and share in our groups so that so that at least I know that you are learning and you are practicing uh, by watching these video. So thank you so much for watching this video. Now we are on the shortcut command of the day and so formula of the day and shortcut of the day. So today's formula is like and or formula. So in few in our previous sessions, one of the session we have discussed about if formula, but that if is like single if this, then this, something like that. But what if we want to make it dynamic and we want to add more options? So we have two options. One we call it if with and if with or. So how does it work? So I have created just a simple business scenario. Let's say we have the same data set, but now we have two options. We have rules of setting a 60 days recovery. So all the salesmen that recovers within 60 days, we just put yes and no. So if they have done recovery of funds from our customers within 60 days, then it's yes. If it is no, then it's no. And then on the basis of that, we have created three scenarios. Let's say if the sales is 17,000 and the recovery time is, let's say, less than 60 days, then we should give the bonus of 500. Okay, so because I just want to show you how this and or formula works. So that's why we have created this business scenario. So you can apply this in so many things. Maybe counting the mark sheet, counting the marks, counting the bonus, counting the uh, any kind of additional fee that you want to pay, or you want to recover anything from your customers. So there are so many options you can use. But the good thing of this and or formula, it can add so many options out there. So first option, then second option. A normal if formula is if just like giving you one or two options. So second is 25,000 and above. If the sale is 25,000 and above, and or it is less than, let's say, 60 days, then less than 30 days, let's say, okay, then it should add additional bonus, or maybe total bonus should be 1,000, because we are selling more, and also the time is reduced, let's say 30 days. The recovery is less than 30 days. Here it's 60 days. So first option is this and this. Second option is this or this. So both, if any condition of fulfills, we can directly give them bonus of $1,000. And the third thing is, if, let's say, if the sale is more than 30,000, okay, then directly we must give uh, the bonus of additional 500 bonus. Okay, so either this condition should fulfill, or the 30,000 should be the sales. So we will create a three scenario where we will put and formula, then we will put or formula, and then we will put and or both. Okay, so how to put the and formula? See, the very simple thing is we just use if, then tab, then the logical test starts. Now here we put and and then it will give us options to add more options. Okay, so tab, and then logical 1, logical 2, logical 3, something like that. So and the first logic is, let's say, sale is J5. So we manually put J5 is greater than this. Now we want to freeze this because we don't want to change this data set. You can manually also put 17,000, but better to create a cell, so every time you change here, all the formula will change, so you don't have to change the formula in each and every cell. So we just give the reference. Now the second logic is sorry, is greater than 17,000, comma. The logic 2 is this should be, I mean, the second logic is, which is the called G5. G5. So the G5 should be equal to inverted comma yes. So yes means it is recovered less than 60. And then we will close it. And then if it is true, if it is false, then it should be 0. And then we will close it. Let me just pick. Oh, sorry, I did not give the true formula. So if it is true, then it should give the bonus of 500. If it is false, then it should give the 0. So something like this. But now here we also we need to freeze this also, the bonus also, because otherwise it will change in the all the cells. So let me repeat it again. So we give them two options with the AND formula. So first option is if the sales, if, and then we put bracket on and then the second bracket on. So this is basically our main formula, but it has more than one option. That's why we use and. Otherwise, it will not detect the proper like double or triple functions. That's why we need to put the AND. So after AND, we just simply add multiple things like J5, which is our sales amount, is let's say more than this area, which is 17,000. Then G5, then second option, comma, then second option, and this G5, which is our 60 days recovery, 60 days or less recovery is yes. Then this bonus, the first thing, true formula, if everything is satisfied, then true should be this 500. Otherwise, it should give us 0. So when we click it, it will give us all the bonus. Let's say here the 17,000 plus, and it is recovered before before 30 days. So it gives us bonus. Then here there is no, so both conditions should fulfill. Here, see, it's 17,000 is fulfilling, but this is not under 30 days. It is more than 30 days. Then again, here both the condition are fulfilling. Okay, so and is going to give you more options. You can add more options. Let's say third is India. Let's say if um, if F5 is India, then give bonus. So you can add multiple conditions here. Okay. Now second thing is or. Or gives you uh, choosing the option either this or that. If this is applying or this is applying, then you should sorry, this or this. Anything, any one option applies, then you should give the bonus. So here we have to satisfy both the options because the sales is low. Now, if the sales is high, we should give them relaxation. So what we do is we just simply use the same type of formula, but instead of and, we use or, and then we start the formula. So logic one is, what is the logic one? Let's say J5, which is our sales, it should be higher than this, which is our higher bonus range. Then F4, so we will freeze this because it will change otherwise in each and every column. So we freeze this. Then now here the logic 2. Logic 2 means or logic. The G5 should be yes. Either it is yes, recovered in less than 30, or 25,000 and above sold. Then if it is true, then give the bonus of 1,000, otherwise 0. See this, we need to freeze this also, the bonus also. So we freeze it and then it will give you the bonus. You can check it. Let's say here we have recovered 60,000. That's why we are getting the bonus. Here, there is no recovery and there is no 25,000 above sales. So there is no bonus. Here, there is a 60 days recovery before 60 days, and also but the sales is okay, but recovery is fast. So 1,000 bonus. Here, there is no recovery, but the sale is higher. So this is how you can put and in or formula. Now the third scenario is either this situation should be fulfilled, or this. Then we have given a 30 another option, like rather than this, either you fulfill and formula or formula. Both should be used in this. So let me just give you an example. For example, if or this J5, the sales should be higher. Okay, so if it is 30,000 and higher, and the second option, which is already there, like G6, this recovery should be yes. So 30,000 and or either both should fulfill, or any one condition should fulfill. Then the bonus should be 500 additional. Okay. So here we had 25,000, 25,000 or this. But here, if the sales goes more than 30,000, then we add 500 additional bonus. This is not the normal bonus, but this is an additional bonus only if both the conditions satisfy, or it is goes uh, like more than 30,000. So that's why we put first is or, which is here, and then we put and. And means both the condition should fulfill. So how did we put if bracket start or, which is normal function. First we put the normal function with or, and then we put J6 should be higher than 30,000. If it is more than 30,000, then it will give the bonus. And also it should fulfill that this recovery time should be less than 30. So let's say and then again. So this basically the second option of or, because we need to give the second option. So the second option we added one another and. So this is how you can and multiple. It looks very complex, but when you will apply, just watch this and try to apply this, so that you will understand better. Okay. So G6, if G6 is sex, yes, 6, sorry, not 6. G6 is yes, that means the recovery is less than 30 days. Then automatically it will check the another condition of and, which is it should be uh, equal to 30,000. So either one condition from this or both the condition of this should fulfill. Then the bonus, additional bonus should be this one, which is M2. So M2 will be our bonus. That's why I have freeze it. And then comma, if no, then 0. That's it. So let's say we have this situation. So here you can check. Here we have 30 days and less, but the sales is higher. So first it checks, okay, any one condition should fulfill. That's why we put or formula first. So already it's showing 30,000 plus. So the first condition is fulfilled. So it already automatically add the additional. So there is no such person who has 30,000 or more. Let's say I'm just trying 35,000. So it will automatically add the super bonus and also the additional bonus. But let's say it has yes here, so it will automatically add the normal bonus. Okay, so basically it's just giving you an extra option. If you are not comfortable with this, just use and or maybe you can just check this formula, try to put in your Excel, and then you will be able to understand this, what exactly I'm trying to say. It looks little complex because see, for me also it's very hard to explain you because I understand what it's doing, but until or unless you do on your Excel, it will be very hard for you to understand. Okay, so try to do this. How to put on, how to put and formula, just check this and try to use it. Okay. Then again, or formula like this. And if you want to add and in or, first put or, and in or, when we have second option, in the second option we put another and then we close it. If it is true, then the extra bonus or 0. Okay. So don't worry, I'll create a Google Drive and I will again go through with my previous sessions, and then I will try to create a separate files for each and every day practice, and then I will upload in that Google Drive. And you will find the link of that Google Drive in below this video. So I think that will be easy for you to practice. So this is all for today. This was our formula of the day. It was quite complex. Try to use at your own pace, and just try to put somewhere like and function and then or function. Next is indent. This is our shortcut of the day. So sometimes, when we create balance sheet, or sometimes we need few data set, uh, something like this. We need some space, but this space should not count. Okay. So in that time, what we need to do is we can just add indent, which is our space without any value. So that is called indent. Can you see this? This is called indent. Decrease the indent and increase the indent. When you increase the indent, it gives us space. But actually, there is no space, just an indent. I can't go back. I am trying to press the backspace, but it's not going. It's an indent. And if you want to remove this. So the shortcut of this is Alt H6 and Alt H5. Alt H6, Alt H6. That means put one indent, Alt H6, the second, Alt H6. So as many as you want, you can increase the indents. Sometimes heading is there. Let's say balance sheet. When we create the balance sheet, so our, let's say, assets are here, and then we need let's say non-current assets, but we want a little bit space, so we just simply put Alt H6, Alt H6, Alt H6, Alt H6. But if you think, okay, there are too much, then Alt H5, remove this, Alt H5. Okay. And you can do it for multiple also. Let's say you just paste it, Alt H6, Alt H6. So these are all the items under non-current assets. So just for example, so let's say debtors, sundry debtors. So every time you change this, you don't need to worry about the spaces and how many count spaces you should show and all everything. It will always start from this space. So this was the shortcut, and we have learned about the pivot tables, some fundamentals and basics, formatting and numbering. So this is what we have learned today. Then we have checked and or and an or formula. So either you can use and or. Better to use one of them, but if you're confident that you can use both, try to use, at least practice. Okay, try to use them. So when you do use them, you will find some kind of difficulty. You will maybe make mistakes, but don't worry about the mistakes and don't afraid of making mistakes. But at least you will learn something if you make mistakes. So you will find some errors. You can ask in the community. You can ask in the group, or maybe you can use simple F1 function of Excel. So let's say if you are having problem here, let's say in this function, then just click F1 and then it will open the box and you can ask F1. The help function. Here you can ask, something went wrong, please check your network connection. Okay, so some network issues there. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you have understood the importance of pivot table to summarize the huge data for data analytics, data analysis, and how to create and how to rename, how to add some ranges, design, total, headings, fields, everything. Try to create your own data set. If no, then you will. I will try to bring this sample file for your practice, so you can practice in that as well. So thank you so much. We have learned something amazing today. So keep learning, keep practicing. I'll see you tomorrow with some some additional points of pivot and how we can create graphs and all these things. So next 3 days we are going to cover that, and then we'll move to our projects. So thank you so much for watching this video and for being the part of this learning journey. Thank you so much. Have a great day and bye bye. Take care.